cheers to episode 230.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Got some root beer. It's like that Olipop brand.
Just water tonight.
Water.
I have Arnold Palmer and water.
Arnold Palmer. Very nice. All right. It is Monday, October 27th, 2025, 7:28 p.m. Eastern. There are no Central Time people on the show tonight. Alex could not make it. So our friend Colby filling in for us this week. Connor filled in last week because Evan was out. So we got subs left and right. Three-man weave. But good week to have Colby on. Not the most exciting Michigan State game, but Colby cares a lot about Michigan State. Big J journalist here to talk to us about his thoughts on the game. So that will be towards the middle to end of the show. We'll start as always with check-ins, Pookies and Dookies of the week. That should be fun. There's a lot of stuff that happened in sports, a lot of firings this week. Top 10 college football rankings because we're through, I think we're through 9 weeks. I was looking. We're through 8.
Yeah.
Let me look.
Yeah, we're on week 9.
Yeah, week 10. Week 10 is technically this week. We have 4 regular season weeks left. No, 5. Because week 14 is rivalry week. Yes. We have 5 calendar weeks left in the regular season of college football. So soak it in. And then NFL, we just went through their 8th week because they're 1 week behind. So that's about halfway. A little under halfway for their regular season. So we're going to do some power rankings for them as well since we know more information on every team. And then we'll do Michigan State game recap. That'll be a lot about that game. I do have some questions like the fallout for both teams on both sides. What happens next? Obviously more drama probably on the Michigan State side. Shoot them into the sun. We probably will not be spending much time on previewing Michigan versus Purdue or Michigan State versus Minnesota. That just doesn't feel that important.
Good with me.
And then if we do have the time, because we're not really doing that, the rest of Detroit Sports Corner is what I wrote down. So the Red Wings are off to a hot start. Pistons are playing right now. They had a terrible first game, but 2 nice games after. And then we have Lions Vikings. Again, not sure if that's really a preview that I care to dive too much into, but we'll see what happens towards the end. So without further ado, we'll let Colby go first since he's technically Alex. So any news and notes from you, Colby?
Not a ton. Friday night, I went and covered Clinton Red Wolves football. Last game before the playoffs.
When did that change happen? I'm out of touch.
I think it was when I was still in high school. Evan would probably know this better than I would.
It's recently. Within the last
5 years, I'd say. Yeah.
July 2020, the school board voted to accept Red Wolves as the new name.
2020.
Yeah, but covered
just over
them,
5 years now.
They beat Ubly, which I have never heard of them before. They're Ubly, sure. I heard it called both ways. They're up in like the thumb, like way up there. Drove from like 2 hours and 45 minutes. I don't know how that game got scheduled, but Clinton beat them by a lot. Decent game to watch. Saturday ran some errands in the morning. Actually, Saturday something not great happened, but ran some errands in the morning. Came back home, watching football, getting ready, starting to #believe that Michigan State could beat Michigan.
Hell yeah!
And then I get a call reminding me that I had picked up a shift at our local pizza joint, Basil Boys, long time ago, and I completely forgot about it. So I had to go into work. I was there from about 4 to 9:30. Got home at halftime, so I still could watch the second half. Wasn't as bad as it could have been, but I would have much rather been home watching ball. And then Sunday, I rotted away on the couch, watched NFL all day.
Nice. Did you blare "Here Comes Saturday Night" when you walked into Basil Boys?
I should have. No, I should have. No one there cared. No one there cared about any football game that was happening.
They were
and
just
if I did, I had.
It's good employees.
Yeah,
about the product.
And if there was anybody that cared, I had like 16-year-olds looking me in the eyes and saying, "Go Blue! I hate Michigan State." Like, all right, I'm done.
That's the pulse around town. It's flipped back to Blue?
Oh, it's all Michigan. I feel like
probably a lot of Bryce Underwood slappies in high school that think he's sick. I would imagine he's popular with the kids.
I mean, I would say it was lean more Michigan even when I was in high school.
I might have been biased. I feel like ours was more Michigan State. That was the peak of the D'Antonio era.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of pub for him, Evan, on that broadcast. There was that really weird graphic that NBC's team made about Lost in the Woods, and it was like Mark D'Antonio meditating on top of a campfire. I was Evan's got to be eating this up. That was like an incredible graphic.
I did say when that popped up on the graphic, I said, "Take me back, please."
Yeah. And then they like go through and it just like awkwardly says like Mel Tucker fired after the third game, and like
I'm shocked
it wasn't like the worst thing.
There. I'm so shocked he had him up there.
They should have put like a poster like last seen like looking for this man, like if anyone knows where he's at.
Missing.
Ubly is 2 hours and 45 minutes away. If anyone wondered from Clinton,
that's a fun bus ride on Friday night back.
In the middle of conference play, what is this, like the SEC week where they schedule Samford and they play Ubly? Like, what is that in late October?
I had no idea. It actually probably would have been a good question to ask the Clinton coach after
last
the game,
week was
but
probably non-conference for a lot of schools.
Seems like it.
But I even asked,
that don't have 10 or 12 teams in their conference.
Yeah.
When I was the Clinton athletic director was like walking on the track, and he came up and just like asked who I was, and I asked him, Ubly's like pretty far away. How'd they end up here? And he goes, "This is the first time I'm hearing about him, I'll be honest." So not even the athletic director knew.
Okay, confirmed. He did not make the schedule.
But
they got a big game with Whiteford next week. Looks like that'll be a big one.
Yeah. That's what he also followed that statement up with. I hope you're here next week because it's going to be a big game against Whiteford.
Wow.
Sorry, Evan. Go ahead.
Just speak of them. I think they've played Hudson in the playoffs recently. I think they've also played Whiteford in a non-conference game, so they've been down this way recently.
They were state champs 2 years ago.
Bro, I just pulled up Whiteford's schedule.
I believe.
Sorry not to get off Ubly too much. Boobly. The scores they're putting up, Whiteford's putting up against teams.
Whiteford also doesn't have a conference, so a lot of their schools are like find them non-conference because I think they only have like 2 or 3 teams in their conference. Yeah,
they found a school somehow called Hilltop, which sounds like the school is legitimately just like at the top of the hill. Yeah. Look at these scores. 56-0. They got killed by Harbor Beach, so I want to interview Colby. Find this team, Harbor Beach. Hilltop killed, right. North Central killed, Montpelier. Again, I don't know if that Erie made 84-0. That's just not even fair. It's 58-6, 62-8, and then Clinton. So, that Red Wolves logo is kind of nice. That is not what people
I did. I will say I do like their logo, and they also have a giant blow up Red Wolf that they run through to come on the field. Nice. Feels very unnecessary, but I kind of liked it.
Just need a smoke machine, probably, and we'll be set. Colby, before I go to Evan, Basil boys, if Sharon Moore and Jonathan Smith were in a pizza cooking contest, who do you think would win?
Good question. Probably Sharon Moore. Jonathan Smith feels like he can't do anything right.
If Sharon wore a chef costume, because we know sometimes he likes to dress up.
Yeah,
that's what the memes say.
He'd probably rock a Basil Boys polo and one of Nick and Chris's pizza aprons pretty well.
His sous chef, Biff Poggi, would be right there, too. Which would be a nice little visual. Biff would probably make the best pizza of any person on staff.
I feel like Biff would be the breadstick guy right next to the pizza line.
Biff would be stirring the ranch.
Yeah.
All right, Evan. News and notes. Last time I really talked to Evan verbally, James Franklin just got fired. So context there. We ran
never
an
forget
airport,
where you were. Never forget Houston Airport.
I will never forget.
Downing my Baconator Wendy's meal.
But your football season's done now, coaching, correct?
It is. Football season's over. I'm going to have to crunch the numbers. Next time I see Alex, I'm going to have to get back to him about...
I think save
points scored. I think we fell short on the goal. 8th grade, try to get it all back the last week. We scored 36 points the last week. We beat Adrian pretty handily.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice to see. So, might be closer than it was looking after week 7 or week 5. Other than that, basketball season's now in full gear for middle school. First day of trials was today, and then I've been just sitting in the woods for the past week or so. Had some days off of work, school, whatever you want to call it, because of conferences that time of the year. So I hunted every single day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this past week. Zero
Can
luck.
you tell your hunting story, Evan, that you told me?
So Friday morning, I'm going to get out there. It's going to be great. Okay. On top, before I tell you that part, I've also been helping build, whatever you want to call it, upgrade the outfield fence for the high school field grant. So that was Friday noble. And Saturday. Yes.
Honest work. Are we making it taller? Or are we painting it or what?
Redoing it. Just took everything off, bought new stuff, put it back on.
Still going to have
not making it taller. We will never make it taller. If anything, the next time we redo it, we're making it shorter. Less work.
Oh, less work. Yeah.
So, Thursday, after work, got out there, hunted. Was nice. Be out. Friday morning, I'm getting out there hunting before I have to go, help work on the field. Sitting there in the woods for a while. It's like, it's 10 o'clock. It's like, I got to get to the field in a couple hours. I got something else I want to do beforehand. I'm not seeing anything. I'll get down. Get down from my stand, pack all my stuff up. My gear's laying at my feet. I packed all my stuff in my bag. Bow's laying on the ground. I hear something behind me. Like, oh, that's weird. Turn around and look. Not 15 yards from me. Not even. There's a buck staring directly back at me. And I am literally staring it back in its eyes. Like eye to eye. We make eye contact. Like we're falling in love. And not 10 seconds later, I don't even move. I'm just staring at it in shock. It bleats at me, makes a noise, and then runs off. And I just stood in that same exact spot for like 5 minutes just staring. I couldn't believe it.
Haunted you.
It did. I didn't move for, it had to seem like 5 minutes. I was just pissed off at myself, looked up in the sky, did a little surrender cobra, and just cussed myself out.
Was there any possibility that you could have picked up your bow and tried to shoot it? Or was that not in the cards in that moment?
In that moment, it would have been like a 2% chance that deer acknowledges that I'm there and just like ignores me and just goes on with what it was doing. And I slowly do it. Any quick movement I would have done, it would have ran off anyways. So told my hunting friends that, and like, you idiot, why'd you get down so early? And then some other hunting friends were like, it happens to the best of us, no big deal. Get them next time. Yeah. So I just hated myself. Like, just sit up in the tree stand 10, 15 minutes longer, and you could have had a dead deer. Now, some people think
in the stand, though, you had a... Oh, go ahead,
Grant.
Well, I was going to say, in the stand, you would have had a 360 view. Like, it wouldn't have been behind you, per se. It just was behind you when you were packing your stuff
If I was in my stand the way I was looking, it would have been perfect shot, down to my left, easy drawback, and let it rip.
Okay.
By the time I got down where I put my stuff down in a clear spot in the woods, and I heard something, the deer was behind me.
But people think never had a theory about it coming in after you had already gotten down. Is that the idea?
Some people would think that the deer was either minding its own business somewhere close and heard me get down and rustling around in the woods and thought that deer just wants to go see what the noise is. Maybe it was another deer. That's why. So that's the theory. I did see, I think that same deer Sunday morning, about 30, 35 yards away from me, but the way that I'm positioned, it never got close enough for me to get a good shot on it.
How many yards what's our range with the bow? How close do they need to be?
I could comfortably shoot at 30, but anything inside 25 yards, it's dead.
Okay.
Now, I mean, I've shot my bow before and shot at a target 70 yards away. The accuracy is very limited in my skill set and my experience, so anything I would say 30 and in would be a pretty easy, comfortable. I know exactly what point to aim at and let it rip.
Are we aiming for the thick part, kind of at the base of the neck? I don't know if they have a belly per se, but
okay, so that's always a target. On all fours, Grant, but you're aiming directly behind your armpit, right behind your shoulder blade.
Okay. I just had a picture of myself on all fours. That makes sense.
That's where you're aiming. No, I've never killed a deer with a bow. I've never killed a deer with a gun. I've only killed it with a car.
Yet.
That's still 2 deer. Still have 2.
Still 2 deer. Didn't get to taste them, so I have no idea what those deer would taste like. But this weekend, going down to Indiana, big hunting trip. Hopefully, my luck changes there.
Is the Indiana trip all bow, or are you doing gun too?
All bow. Hunting season's not until middle of November.
Oh, that's right. That's stupid. I told on myself. I knew that though, deep down.
I'm going to be honest, I thought gun season started October 15th too. So
November
well, then why
15th.
Evan? Because yeah.
Okay,
so
now
why some mornings?
There's a youth hunt. There's a youth hunt that some age people, certain elder people, are allowed to use guns. By the mass majority population can only use bows.
Interesting.
So from like September
very interesting
20th or something through October 1st, it's called Youth Hunt. So anybody, I think, under the age of 16 or under the age of 18 can go out there and hunt with a gun. And then October 1st,
I'm sure there's no adults
season.
taking advantage of that.
Sounds like a safety hazard.
There's always the jokes and the memes on the hunting pages of them taking their 4-year-old kid out and he shoots a buck while he's sitting in the tree stand or in the blind with the adult. So
yeah,
there's no way to confirm or deny that like the kid didn't. I mean, with a gun, anybody can do it.
True.
And then all you got to do is just pull the trigger. You'll do it yourself. It's the easiest thing.
You don't want to get busted by the DNR, though. I heard those people don't mess around.
The DNR has more power and control over than your local law enforcement. Just FYI.
Wow.
DNR sees you messing around with rules and whatnot. You won't have a car or whatever you own will be gone. And DNR will
spanking. A couple lashings.
Yeah, so
that's kind of crazy.
Let's say you illegally poach a deer, and you throw it into your vehicle. They can confiscate that vehicle as part of, like, basically crime evidence, saying that you use this to illegally harvest deer. So that
I have
vehicle
no
is now
plans to
ours.
have a deer in my Honda Accord.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna
strap it to the hood.
I don't think I'm gonna have to deal with that problem.
You wanted some venison? Nice try. We're taking your car.
Other than that, varsity football filming for them. Playoffs. 2 Divine Child Friday.
Oh, beat him in baseball.
Beat him in baseball. Never forget. The home of Aiden Hutchinson. The home of
I was
the
going to
better
ask Colby
athlete.
the trivia question.
Oh well, I have a better one.
Theo
Day. Yeah.
I'm blanking on who that is right now.
Former backup quarterback for Michigan State.
Yep.
That
Where
would
did
be
he
why.
transfer to after Michigan State?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Northern Iowa.
Oh.
Wow. Who beat Kansas in the tournament one year? It all comes full circle. All right. For me, kind of chill weekend, hung out with the family down in Sylvania. We had some good fall food overall. Made some good chili. Had some apple crisp for dessert. Very good.
I had chili for dinner tonight.
Nice. I had leftover chili for dinner. So a lot of beans in mine. So we'll see how that goes. Also, the car saga is done. Got my car back finally from the shop, all repaired. Damage is taken care of, so felt good to drive that. Get out of the cigarette-filled rental car. So yeah, that was pretty much it. Didn't have a ton, so I'm ready to hop into ball when you guys are.
Family time's always a good time.
Yeah, great time. Got to see the dog too. Got to see Nash. He barks a lot, but he means well. Let's go Pookies and Dookies of the week. I'm going to start this because I have a Dookie that I'm proud of that I think is a little bit deeper than surface level. The Dookie of the week is Scott Woodward. Anyone know that ring a bell? Anyone heard that name in the last 2 days? No, also
no.
Dookie.
I have. I saw this name on Twitter. I don't remember the context though.
Scott Woodward, Colby, is the athletic director for LSU.
At LSU, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I
did
think he's
not
getting
know
some of
this.
that buyout money.
I don't know.
You think under the table, hey, Jimbo, hey, Brian.
Well, Evan, yes, that's the point. That's the point I didn't know. This man orchestrated Jimbo Fisher's contract at A&M.
Yeah, I didn't know
So
that
he's
either.
responsible for the 2 largest buyouts in NCAA football history. And if he keeps his job in this whole ordeal, I think that's a mistake on whoever, which I've been told that LSU, the governor of the state, so like Gretchen Whitmer, is basically in charge of the football team and like the head honcho. Like the state of Louisiana's government like funds all of that stuff. They're like government employees. So the governor of LSU was like, hey, Brian Kelly needs to go. Like they were debating it today, and I think he just imagine the governor of your state shows up. It's like, yeah, dude, this dude's got to go. And I think Scott Woodward basically probably had to beg on his knees to keep his job. But if I'm the governor of LSU, I think I'm also going to say, hey, Scott Woodward, you need to go too. Because then you're basically going to be like, hey, trusting this guy to make another hire after the last two he's made have been horrendous. So didn't know his name. Now
Gretchen
I do.
Whitmer and take her to the Tom Izzo football building if she wants to get rid of Jonathan.
Personal driver. Here it is.
On rolling in
here first.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to Jay Bat. You guys
it's a good Dookie, though.
The next
I like that
coach.
Dookie.
Thank you. Colby, hit us with a Pookie or a Dookie.
You and Dookie. I'll go Pookie. I'm going to start with the Virginia Tech Cal game. I texted this in our group chat Friday night, but this game had me by the ropes all night. I got home from that Clinton game, finishing up my story, found a game to throw on, and then it just... Once I was done with my story, I thought I was going to go to bed, but I couldn't. I had to keep watching this game. Also, quick side note, the quarterback for Cal, I'm blanking on his name. I think he has like a
freshman
3-word
lefty.
No one can pronounce it.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
3 names.
But
don't ask me how
he's really good. He made a couple throws in that game that he had like a sidearm throw where he like between two linemen threaded like through a linebacker and somehow the receiver caught it. I was like stunned.
Dylan Raiola like he got that from Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think he got it from Matt Stafford, but
he did.
Yeah. But yeah, that game was awesome. Also, the betting line I think was 6. If you had Cal plus 6, that's a terrible beat because they were within 6 like the entire game, and then Virginia Tech got the touchdown and 2-point conversion in overtime. But that game was awesome, and to see Virginia Tech be that wild and crazy for even
shirtless guys.
Like we'll get to them because I have something to say about shirtless guys. But
it's spread.
For 2-5 Virginia Tech to have like that kind of atmosphere on a game like that, I think that's super neat. And they were also playing near the end of the game. I don't know if it was the fourth quarter, if it was just when it got to overtime, but they started playing Enter Sandman like before every single time Cal snapped the ball. So that was pretty sweet.
I like that. Quick game for Evan. Pronunciation game. I found his name, Evan. Give it your best attempt.
Jaron Key.
I want to take a stab at the last name. I think I'm going to have that.
That
second one. I don't know.
I don't hate that.
Yeah. Sagapolatele. Sagapolatele. That feels right.
Chipotle. Sagapupuri.
Jaron Kiawe Sagapolatele.
I like how you say Tele.
Either way, he's sick. He's sweet. He's gonna be. Maybe he'll transfer to Michigan State.
JKS. That's a layup. Yeah. All right, Evan, Pookie or Dookie for you?
Dookie. Somebody that's been a lifelong, well, take that back, not a lifelong, but almost a decade now, fan of this coach. And wherever he goes, he burnt my bridge on Saturday with the ultimate, just utter disrespect and poopy game that I was not expecting from this program, and a blowout fashion on the road in the Minnesota Gophers.
Oh. That was a great build-up. I thought you had 3 different answers there.
I absolutely spanked them. Here's maybe Minnesota's looking to get ranked, basically, at this moment for the game. I was looking to get ranked. Here you go, CBS 3:30 game, and you blink, end of the first quarter, and it's already 31-0. Absolute snooze fest of an afternoon game on CBS. Minnesota's my Dookie of the week.
Bounce back spot for the Gophers coming up this week, potentially. Get right game for them.
Roll the balls out and they'll win.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Pookie on college coaching searches. Lane Kiffin. Everybody wants Lane Kiffin.
He's coaching
LSU
14
open now. I think he might at this point, Evan. Florida obviously wants him bad. LSU, I heard he's top of their list. This guy, he said in a press conference he doesn't want to make decisions based off money. At the very least, he's going to get a fat raise from Ole Miss because he's got all the leverage in the entire world. So probably pretty good to be. And he was taking shots at Brent Venables today, being petty after the game. Lane Kiffin's feeling himself. He's feeling full of himself. And I guess rightfully so, because everybody in the country that has an opening wants him to be their coach.
He can do no wrong right now.
No. He's on a heater, even though they still do have one loss, but they had a great win too. So, Colby, back to you.
I'll go another Pookie. We'll save the Dookies for last. Jonathan Taylor. Not much to say about, but I mean, he's just awesome.
3 tuds again.
Last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's also kind of on here because he's my fantasy running back, and he's super fun to have as your fantasy running back. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor's
Colby, I think. Correct.
Say that again, sorry?
You're a multi-time champ?
3-time, yeah. But we don't need to get into that.
That's as many touchdowns as Jonathan Taylor scored.
Yeah. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor is so sweet to watch play football. And he just also credits to the Colts offensive line. I saw a picture on Twitter, I forget from who, like making a joke how people say, like, do you think you get 5 yards running in an NFL game? And then it had a picture of Jonathan Taylor busting one up through the middle. And the Colts offensive line had the D-line for the Titans. Like, I mean, it was the biggest hole I've ever seen that somebody could run through.
Right. Yeah.
It was absurd.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Good
Jonathan Taylor, really good running back. Very, very good running back.
Evan?
They're playing the Titans.
Pookie or Dookie?
Jeffrey Simmons isn't playing, so... Pookie, the Georgia Tech Ramblin' Wreck, is still undefeated. Our sweet prince, Hayes King, is balling out, and nobody's talking about them. And they're going to win a couple games in the playoff. I guarantee that.
Yeah, they're good.
At least 2.
Really good.
That would be big time.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying 2.
Wow.
Also, Georgia Tech looks like they have a super sweet stadium. When they were doing the interview with Haynes King on game day, they just kind of like showed one end of the stadium. It looks super cool.
Good note. I'm going to stay on the Pookie train. He's not on the show. This is going to show that I'm not biased. Jordan Love's a Pookie for me. Went up against his old teacher. He was the protege to Rodgers, threw for nearly 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. That had to feel really good. You can dap him up after the game, be like, you're washed, old man, kick rocks. So I'm sure that felt good for him. I'm not looking forward to Thanksgiving. I texted Connor, man to man. I said, I hate that. I like my holidays. I want to be grateful for friends and family that day. I don't want to be sweating out and, mother effing people around me if they lose. So
that's what's
it's going to be a war. It's going to be an absolute war. Maybe we celebrate Thanksgiving on like Friday. Maybe we just tell your friends and family, like, hey, if you want me to be grateful for things, assuming, if we win, then most grateful, whatever. You'll say things you don't even mean. Friday is when we should have the real holiday. But that's a long way to say Pookie, Jordan Love. Colby.
To my Dookies. I'll say one really quick and just get to my second one. My one Dookie is just Michigan State football, but we're going to talk about that later. But they had to be included on Dookies. Shirts off at games. I think it's cool when teams who are really bad are doing it, and there's kids in the stands who are taking their shirts off and celebrating. When there's kids at Oregon doing it, I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I feel like it's becoming there's too many people doing it now. Yeah, I want to see I want to see people up in Spartan Stadium for a really terrible team, terrible Michigan State team in the fourth quarter up there, shirts off, or any other bad team. But when people from Oregon are doing it, it doesn't sit well with me.
It really peaked when Indiana did it 3-9 years before SIG. It's supposed to be like your last cry that the coach needs to go. That's how God intended that to happen. It's supposed to be like your last stand. Like, we don't want to be here, but like we kind of do want to be here because it's so ugly. So we're going to take our shirts off and wave them around. So I get behind that. Evan?
Pookie and Dookie at the same time. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm saying both at the same time. Ooh. 1, NBC production for NBA basketball.
Pookie? Is that the Pook?
Pookie.
Or is that the... Okay.
That's the Pookie. NBC basketball. I like it. Okay, Mike Tirico on the call, not so much, but I like their production overall. Okay, I think they did very well. Anthem, song.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah.
Their intro for like the NBA, their NBA being back intro on NBC, super sweet.
Yeah, that was cool.
Also, Dookie at the same time, NBA being back already in October before Halloween, don't need it. Way too early. There's still football. I have a little brain. I can't comprehend too many sports. Okay, football's going on. Hockey just started. Okay, basketball doesn't need to start now. People are asking me, are you watching NBA? I'm like, no. Too many things to watch. I'm not watching the NBA yet.
Fair enough.
Too many games. Always has been. Not always probably has been, but is now in our society. King. And that will never change.
College football's king. And then when college basketball is here next week. Sorry, college basketball.
An NBA season of a 50-game sprint to the playoffs, that would capture my attention. That would capture my attention every night.
Yeah.
82.
You won't see people.
I can miss 30 of them.
Yes. You won't see people sitting out if there's only 50 games. Because you'll have pressure from your owners and coaches.
Well,
people were load managing to start the year. I saw on some tweets. I was like, "We're load managing. It's game one.
Yeah, it's wild.
Load managing."
Bullshit.
I'm gonna rip through a couple of mine so I don't draw this out. Evan will like this. Dookie, the NFL Sunday slate was historically bad. There was one close game. And my theory, and I think I've heard other people say it. I don't know who said it first. The more and more that we shove more primetime games across the week, you got your Thursdays, you got 2 Monday nighters a lot of the season. Obviously, you got Sunday night. And like a lot of them have the flexibility now. They've written that as the contracts that we can flex more. I know we haven't gotten to that point in the season. It's really hurting the NFL midday slate, which kind of sucks. I'd rather have like 3 bangers going on during the witching hour and like sacrifice. Like I would rather go back to Jags Titans Thursday night, not really have to care or watch about it, keep letting my body rest from football. If you could give me more bangers during the 1 o'clock window when I'm actually wanting to be lazy and watch football. So that would just be my opinion, but it's too late for that. They're never going back to that. Just too many standalone games.
I'm with you there because I think you said you're talking about they spread the games out over a long period of time. 2 weeks ago, wasn't on the show last week. I apologize. 2 weeks ago, when the Lions were on Monday night, and they had 2 Monday night games. They had a Thursday night game, and then they also had a Europe game, a London game, and then you have a Sunday night game.
So
those 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 of your however many games there are. 16 matchups, 16 games
based
or whatever.
On bye weeks, yeah.
Yeah, and then also bye week. So of the other 12 games, 5 of them, so almost half, already taken up. That's why college football, to me, is better product because you have 30-some games on Saturday that you're invested or like consider betting on, or you flip around and be like, hey, this is a good game. Let's watch this one. Hey, this is a good game. Let's watch this one.
Yeah.
Or if you want to player watch Saturday college football, better to do that.
Yeah, the 3:30 slate of CFB was peak football this weekend. That was just bangers across the board. Last 2 Dookies, Brandon Walker from Barstool. I guess Hardy as well. He was there. That was a crazy, just perfect storm of capturing content of you watching your team and them having an all-time choke job. And then my NFL one was the Atlanta Falcons. They got absolutely dusted by the Dolphins, which is embarrassing to lose that bad at home to the Dolphins. So they would be my Dookie. My last Pookie would be the Ravens still in the NFL. They're staying alive. Lamar should be back, and they're 2-5, and they have a pulse because also like I think the Steelers are like their division's bad, really. Overall, that division's pretty bad. So they could even still win the division if they get really nuts. I mean, they can't really lose, but path is there.
And there's definitely a world where Lamar leads them. I mean, even if they get to 9-8, they still have a chance to get in the playoffs. I would think.
Mm-hmm. Any others, or should we go to rankings?
That's all I got.
I don't have much of anything else.
Let's do college football rankings. I think the way we did it last time that I liked was to have one person go 10 through 5. No, 10 through 6. 10 through 6.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we'll pause, go to the next person. They'll do their 10 through
Pause for
6. We'll
station
cycle through and
identification.
then do 5. Yes, identify, really digest what you just said so we can think about it. I'll let our guest Colby go first. You can do your 10 through 6 whenever you're ready.
Mine's probably reflects the AP poll pretty heavily, but
You copy and
10
paste.
Vandy. I did not. 10
Okay.
Vandy. 9 BYU. 8 Georgia Tech. 7 Oregon. 6 Ole Miss.
Mine's pretty similar. I'll go quick because mine's pretty overlapping. Vandy 10 as well. Now my difference, I did Oregon 9, I did BYU 8, Georgia Tech 7, and then Ole Miss 6 as well. So some overlap there.
We all have the same teams. I think obviously just different orders. I have BYU 10, Vandy 9, Ole Miss 8, Oregon's my number 7 team, and I'm a Hayes King believer. So I have Georgia Tech
6.
at 6.
Hell yeah. Jay Bat's old school.
If there was
Number
a way that I
6.
could get down to Atlanta to watch the Georgia Tech game, I would.
And go to Moondogs.
And go
Talk
to
about a
Moondogs.
weekend.
Waffle House the next morning after the game.
Oh my God, Evan.
Talk dirty to me, Colby.
Gonna have to hit a parlay. Gonna have to keep working on a parlay
Gonna have to.
every Saturday until
Just
that
simply
game.
win a bet. Just simply win a bet for like $5,000. Just do that, Evan.
Just do it. Be easy.
Okay, Colby. 5 through 1.
5 through 1. Georgia 5. Alabama 4. Indiana 3. A&M 2. Ohio State 1. I think
Colby-
A&M's really, really good.
Who's your one? OSU?
Yeah, Ohio State.
I had the same 5, except I flipped A&M and OSU, pass it back Ags. I threw them at number 1 because I
Cool.
can
Whoa.
and I wanted to.
I have all the
respect
same
it.
teams. Mine's a little SEC bias, I guess. Indiana's coming in at 5 for me. Georgia 4. Alabama 3. Texas A&M's 2. Ohio State's number 1. Life on the line. You asked me to this day, Evan. Okay, here's a free $1,000. Who you betting on the national championship? And I test just gut reaction. I would bet my money that Alabama would win the national championship this year. Right now, to this right now. I think Ty
Love
Simpson,
making
the way
that
that
call.
he's playing,
I don't
is
hate it.
the most underrated quarterback right now in college football. Now his stats and people talking about Alabama and him. I mean, purely talent going into this year, not really unsure about him, and the way that he rips the football and stands in the pocket most of the time. I just like the way that kid plays.
Yeah, they're sweet. And they're kind of doing like the Kalen DeBoer thing that he did at Washington, where like they're not blowing people out per se, but they're just like really good in crunch time, and they keep winning 1-score football games, which is nothing's wrong with that. And they beat 4 ranked teams in a row, and then just survived a trap game versus South Carolina.
So there can be battle.
It's really funny after
Like their SEC championship game is
Go
going to
ahead,
be
Evan.
meaningless because it'd be like I don't know if you won't even want to win that game.
Yeah, I do hope it is though, because I would love to see A&M and Alabama play. Like that just seems like a really fun matchup.
Yeah, it's wild the trajectory of Alabama and Florida State after Florida State beat them week 1, and everyone was like, "Oh man, DeBoer's going to be out. Alabama's bad. Florida State's really good. Norvell's great." And just 2 completely opposite directions those 2 teams went.
Yeah, 4 losses in a row for Florida State, and also, but the Alabama is just college football. Like Alabama was dead.
Yeah,
I was watching most of that game head on in the quad box. They were dead. I started looking away. I was like, wow, South Carolina. Actually, our friend Connor jinxed it because from last show, Alex and I, or Connor had said his Pookie was Kalen DeBoer, like basically like crowning him, like he figured it out, like they're back. And then Connor texted like early in the 4th quarter being like, oh, and I gave DeBoer a Pookie, like I did this. I was like, Connor, there's a lot of football left in this game. And then flash forward like 20 minutes of real time and they lost. I was like, Connor, dude. Or Alabama came back and won. South Carolina blew it.
Yeah.
That was crazy too. They were dead.
Unfortunately, wasn't able to watch that game because I was slinging pizzas.
BB, yeah. All right, let's do the same thing for NFL rankings. Colby, start us again. 10-6.
10-6. Number 10, Seahawks. 9, Broncos. 8, Patriots. 7, Bucks. 6, Eagles.
Very nice. I will go. You'll see where my head was at. I might be a prude for strength of schedule. I argued with Connor about that a lot last week. I was probably too mean about not giving the Colts and the Patriots the love they might deserve because I was just like, who have they played? I was the classic, like, well, who have you played? Who have you beat? Type of guy. Also, because I feel like the Lions have had a gauntlet, so I'm just like, I like to give us credit for playing a lot of tough teams. So you'll see that in the rankings. So 10, Broncos, I'll go with. 9, I'm still going to throw the Chargers there. They did get right on Thursday night. Still iffy, a lot of injuries. We'll see. 8, Evan's going to hate it. America's going to hate it. I'm going with the Ravens. I'm going to call my shot to the sleeping giant right now. They get fully healthy. I still think they're really good. Why would a 2-5 team be the 8th power ranked team? Well, because I said so. The Bills are 7. They got a get right game against the Panthers, which was nice for them.
You're on drugs.
Bills are 7. And the Rams are 6.
Right. Oh my God. Sorry,
left the Rams off your
talking
list.
Point for after, but yeah, I did.
I did that last week.
Colby, classic.
Yeah, I forgot about the Rams.
Classic.
So,
all right, Evan.
I left off New England and the Chargers off my list. Chargers more on purpose. New England kind of iffy on both of them. But 10, I have Seattle. 9, I have the Rams. 8, I have the Broncos. 7, I have Kansas City. And 6, I have Tampa Bay.
KC intrigues me. Spoiler alert, I have Kansas City as my number 1 team.
What the f***?
Yeah, in a world where I remember the Rams exist, they would be on this list and the Seahawks would be bumped off. Also the Chargers I have like right outside of these rankings.
In a world where I remember the Rams exist.
5, Bills. 4, Lions. I hate to do this, but Packers. 3, top 2. This is where it gets fun. Number 2, Chiefs. Number 1, Colts. I think the Colts are the best team in football right now. They are really good. And I get your whole strength of schedule like argument, but I also think when you're a good team, you beat the piss out of the bad teams, and the Patriots and Colts have both done that. So
they did. I never really watched the Colts, which is also probably what the haters would say by me discrediting them. But I basically had like 5 of their players on my fantasy football team, not to my choice because of injuries. And I was hoping that they did well to come back against Evan's team. They did not. So I was dialed into the Colts-Titans game more than I should have been. I was like, yeah, they're pretty good. But the Titans are also horrendous. But this team does do what they do. Like you said, they beat up on bad teams like they should.
My
so credit to them.
The Colts strength of schedule, you have a serious argument about this. They beat the Dolphins.
It's funny you said because I just opened up the FPI. They do rank it like so. This is sort of from easiest to worst. So Patriots, Bills, Colts are the 3 easiest scheduled teams so far in the league.
Yeah,
we'll see it here in 3 weeks. When go ahead, Evan.
I get that, but.
Your Lions are 4th.
I mean, their schedule's relatively easy. They play the Chiefs. They play the Steelers.
Colts play the Chiefs in 3 weeks. We'll see.
49ers.
And
Texans
remaining schedule, if you want to buy in, Pats are going to win that damn division. They have the 28th easiest schedule left in the league, too. I mean, they don't play anybody. They don't play nobody. Yeah,
that's what happens when you're the worst team in your division the year before.
Absolutely. Absolutely right.
Patriots have the Bucks in 2 weeks. Like if they go into Tampa Bay and win that game, that's pretty respectable.
I'll rip through mine quickly. Colts are 5 for me. See the previous discussion points. Eagles are 4th. Packers 3, same as you, Colby. Yes, we lost head to head, but I'm doing Lions 2nd because we haven't had the bad losses or tie the Packers have had. And then last but not least, the Chiefs as number 1. To Evan.
It was the same. I have Colts at 5. Green Bay's at 4 for me. Eagles 3. Lions 2. And the best player in all of the NFL football is at number 1, the Buffalo Bills.
Bills. The Bills. You're riding high, though. You have them all on your fantasy team. They creamed
high, but I still think
the Panthers 40-9.
Regardless if Josh Allen was on my fantasy team or not, Josh Allen is still the best NFL quarterback right now.
Yeah, he's pretty sick. They were his rushing touchdowns, passing touchdowns, does it all. Guy can't go wrong. No, he's not. That's Justin Herbert dating Madison Beer. But Josh Allen
Allen's
is Haley
married.
Steinfeld?
Yes.
Married.
Yeah.
Settle down.
Danny Dimes might give him a run for his money, Evan, for being the best quarterback in the league.
Danny Dimes, is he married? He needs a girl. Daniel Jones married. No, he does not seem to be married. We need to get him Sydney Sweeney. Daniel Jones, Sydney Sweeney. That seems like an Indiana couple.
Let's do that.
They would love that in the Midwest.
Yeah.
With their potentially like very conservative leaning parents too and everything. Like that's perfect for Indiana.
Match made in heaven.
Yes. They could start a farm together. Be a bougie ranch though. All right. Moving to maybe less fun topic for some people. Michigan State football game happened. Paul Bunyan game.
Before I get started,
let me kick us off.
NBC's frauds. 7:30 kickoff. It doesn't kick off until like 7:45, closer to 8 o'clock. What a disgrace into the TV markets.
Texted you that, Evan.
I don't read it.
You may have missed it. I texted the group chat that at like 6:30. I was like, just so everyone knows, this isn't going until 7:45 because that's just how it works. But they got you. They got you fired up again. It gets people mad to start the game.
I sent one text message the entire game of the Michigan State to anybody. One text message. So I was so silent that I had somebody call me out in the Sparty Party group chat asking where I was.
Like, are you okay?
Yeah, I was calling for you after said person brought it up. I typed your name in all caps at one point. I wanted to hear from you.
You think that was your personal low, Evan, in message volume since you've ever started texting in a Michigan State game?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, the 49-0 game when I was with you, Grant, during that game.
True, different when you're in the stadium, yeah.
Yeah, I was in the stadium. I probably still texted more during that game than this one.
And because we left like mid-third quarter, I think, so there was still probably time to text as the game was going on.
But I called the outcome of this game, so exactly verbatim what was going to happen. In my personal emotional state of the game, I called it out. I said, this is what's going to happen in the game. We're going to score, keep it close. I'm going to get invested in the game. Then we're going to lose. I'm going to get pissed off based off of how we perform and me getting invested in the game. And that's what happened. I honestly, Grant, I would rather lose 49-0 in this game because there's zero emotional ties to it.
Yeah.
Now I'm emotionally invested. I have to spew out my guts for how much I hate this Spartan football program. Just as much as Magic Johnson.
Yeah, Magic spoke today. That was we were waiting on that. We needed to see what he thought about it.
The white guy controlling his Twitter account. It's
right on time with his message.
The white guy, his handler. Yeah, it really was a perfect mix of like both teams tripping over themselves to keep it close, and then you sprinkle in some like questionable calls from the refs just to make everyone super pissed off about the game. Just super angry about the entire game.
One question that I almost threw my phone out my bedroom window Saturday night.
Oh no!
I'm nose deep, ankle deep. I'm drowning in it. I'm drowning in the feedback and the Twitter trolls and the Facebook stupid suggested.
No, you gotta get off that. You gotta get off that, Evan.
Can you put to rest just the whole notion of how much superior Bryce Underwood is compared to everyone else?
Yeah,
so from what I was seeing and everything else was like how much talent this dude has. It's just like the Twitter trolls are like, and he can't do wrong in Michigan eyes. So like any little positive thing that he does gets exemplified. And that is like, okay, Michigan's trash. Your little brother. We have Bryce Underwood. That's what I'm saying.
If I was trolling, that's not the right guy. I would say we have a nice offensive line and a nice defensive line, and we have Justice Haynes. Justice Haynes should be who you're saying, like, we have Justice Haynes. That's the kid, if you're going to talk about difference makers.
He wasn't even running to his
that you want to brag about, but
injuries still bothering him.
He did look a little slow. He just kept bouncing outside. He bounced inside zones.
He didn't have the breakaway speed. He didn't have the intense run over somebody's face in between the tackles. In my eyes, compared to all the other games that I was watching.
No, but to your point, Evan, back on Bryce, I mean, stats aren't everything, but stats are stats. And I know looking at our rankings to start the year, like, this is your conference average in the Big Ten. For those looking at the chart, I mean, Bryce and Aiden Childs have been about the same. They're asked to do different things. One has a better offensive line. We get in all that.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I mean, that kid also throws a ton. They've asked him to throw 261 times. So our guys would have more yards if they threw that much. But if we're going to be honest about where Bryce Underwood is, he's like, if you're being generous, 8th best quarterback in the conference, 8 to 10 range, in that mix of like Cal Kamanis, Raiola, Aller, Childs, Lindsey, like, and that's not necessarily if you're paying a guy $12 million where you'd like him to be. He's a freshman. He has good games. He has bad games. He played one of his worst games statistically against Michigan State. So yeah, if anyone is Evan, one, try to ignore the trolls, but two, if they're trolling about that, they're trolling about the wrong things. There's definitely other things you can troll about. It would not be Bryce Underwood. I'm not like parading him around town.
They were trying to have their cake and eat it too. They were saying Bryce Underwood's so much better, and then you see the comments and everything, it would be like, well, look at his stats for the Michigan game, and then they say, well, at least he won. It's like, in my opinion, on that argument, you have to.
Well, but that's the QB wins, Evan.
Correct. I get
You're
that.
throwing your QB wins in your face.
You have to pick one side or the other. You have to be a stats fan, or you have to be a QB wins fan. Pick one.
Yeah.
Like Marky Mark is leading Iowa to a potential Big Ten championship race, and he can't throw a forward pass. He would be a Heisman Trophy winner for Navy or Army, but he plays at Iowa, but he wins. So it wish in one hand and shit in the other. Like, do you want a forward pass or do you want to win football games?
Yeah. That kind of goes to my overarching takeaway. I think I remember like talking with Alex about when we got Bryce. I was like, wow, it's going to be cool to have this quarterback battle in this game. It's going to be awesome. Wrong. Completely wrong. What if I told you both quarterbacks played horrendously?
It was at one point during the first quarter, maybe early second quarter or whatever, they popped up Child's stats. And I thought it was a misprint. I honestly did. Get invested in the game. Was I really looking at stats? No. When they popped up the stats and used 2 for 12 for 27 yards to start the game, I spit out my drink. I said, that has to be wrong, right? No, NBC wasn't lying to me. It was true. It was true. I wasted Bush.
It was bad QB play. Here's another one too, Evan. If you told me this before the game, I would have said, well, Paul Bunyan's going back to East Lansing. If you told me that Davis Warren threw for more yards than Bryce Underwood in last year's rivalry game, I would have been like, yeah, there's no shot. I'm such an idiot. I put actual currency, $15 or $20 on Bryce to have 210 passing yards. That was about what his line was.
Wow.
I looked at your guys' defense, probably the worst passing defense, arguably, in the Big Ten and SEC Power 2 conferences. I was like, yeah, he'll shred. I mean, Cade McNamara went in there and shredded for 33 points. He threw for 86 yards. I was like, that's insane. Again, he didn't throw a lot when he did. It was honestly a little bit more testament to your guys' Joe Rossi's like blitz scheme, rattling him with our offensive line. And he did throw away a lot of balls. But even on the completions, like the one to start one of the drives in the first half, he had a beautiful play. Shout out to Chip Lindsey. Andrew Marsh on a wheel route should have been a touchdown pass because 2 of the defenders took the post. This kid is wide open and he throws it to where he has to make a diving catch and fall down when he catches it. Like that if he's what you expect, what you pay for, you lead him, and that's a 70-yard touchdown. So even when he was making good throws at times in the game, it was still a little off. So yeah, definitely not. The quarterback was not the spotlight of this game, and that's what kind of made it feel so ugly. I feel like I know you guys are down on your team, but I think Michigan fans even left this game. Obviously, you're happy to feel gross in a win versus a loss, but still feeling kind of gross about what they saw. At least that's how I feel in certain ways.
Do you think? How do I want to word this? Like, Bryce Underwood's still a freshman. Like, I understand, there's some balls that like he should, be completing, like that one you just talked about. But is there any part of you that's like, it's fine if he struggles this year because we still should have him for at least 2 more years?
Yeah, and I've seen enough of the flashes. Like, I guess the biggest thing that he's done that has made me happy is, knock on wood, it might come at some point, but he hasn't had like the freshman 4 interceptions game. Now, they did have a near disaster snap over his head, and again, that could be Greg Crippen, the center's fault. That could be Bryce's fault. Don't know. But like, he's not throwing a bunch of balls. He had one down the sideline to McCulley that could have been picked off a tip, but like, he didn't throw a bunch in harm's way. He's pretty good at throwing things away. He's been okay about not fumbling. And again, last week against Washington, he played one of his best games, and he threw some amazing footballs under pressure, some like jaw-dropping throws. So it's like Jekyll and Hyde. On the road, he's been a lot worse. If you look at his stats, his road games are by far worse. And thankfully, the schedule is a schedule where we basically, I'm not going to call them cupcakes, but we're playing 3 of the bottom 5-ish Big Ten teams, and then you get Ohio State at home. So that's pretty much the season. Yeah. You're trying to build up his confidence going into that game at home. But that's it. Yeah, but yes, I guess long-winded answer, Colby. Yeah, fully expecting him to like continue to make mistakes and not look as sharp as a freshman.
Hopefully it doesn't pan out the same way it did with Aiden Childs for us, because when he was having the mistakes his first year in the green and white, I was a huge Aiden Childs apologist. And I really thought it would come one day. Here we are.
Yeah, I'm sure Evan has thoughts, but watching your offense up close, like dialed in against the team I root for, it goes back to just being vanilla, I guess. I know like early in the year, we liked Evan when they would roll him out because the offensive line's not very good. Just feels very like predictable in a sense. Not as many screenplays as I thought you guys would do. I thought that's where Michigan was weakest against USC. They got exposed. Like, there just wasn't. Start the game, there was that bubble screen for 8 yards. I'm not gonna get you started, Evan. I was thinking about you because you would rant about the 3 and outs. I think it was 3 and outs the entire first quarter. You didn't get a first down until maybe the start of the second quarter.
It's our best
like Evan just got to be like losing
player
his mind
got
over
to be
there.
on the field a lot on Saturday. Best statistical
punter,
probably all Big Ten, maybe
he's
all
a beast.
American selection.
He's
got
a
highlighted
beast
on primetime football.
Yeah.
But I 100% agree with you, Grant. I think our offense coordinator needs to leave. I felt like I was watching Jay Johnson call plays because the schemes and what we do. Jonathan Smith came in and said we're going to run the football. And the first 3 drives, I think we had 80% pass into our run game. Malachi, I always say his name. Is it Malik or is it Malachi? Frazier.
The running back is Makai.
Yeah.
See. Okay, Frazier, a running back, is arguably our second best player on our offense.
Yeah, he's nice.
Nick Marsh, number 1. Okay, we should have came out and tried to establish the run. I get it. You're probably not going to do it. You're going to run into a brick wall most of the time or not. Okay, but he was our best offense on Saturday, and to ignore him on the first 2 drives seems stupid to me. Okay, Nathan Carter had success last year against the run game. Frazier had success against the run game, and we just go out the window on the first couple of drives and shoot ourselves in the foot to no offensive positive plays. Okay, I get it, trying to get Nick Marsh involved, but having him just run out there and line up in the same exact spots over and over and over again is insanity. Expecting a different result by calling the same plays is stupid to me. Like, you have 2 of your best players. I should have 40 play calls, just about. Okay, 20 plays for Nick Marsh, 20 plays for Frazier. That's it. And I should go to it the entire time in the first half. The ways that we ran 5 wide and try to do our little fake pass, I'm going to let Childs run. I get it. I want him to use his legs, but not that way. Let's get a lead blocker for him. Let's get him on the edge. Okay, we try to run a zone read for him, and he kept it when he pulled it when he should have kept it or gave it to the running back. Okay, and he gets tackled by like 5 Michigan players. And I just had to listen to Noah Eagle talk about how swarmy the Michigan defense was. The offense is – it's so predictable because as soon as you get in the red zone after a couple big plays, Lindgren is going to run a reverse for either Kelly or McCray. Yeah. A reverse every single game. You get in the red zone after a couple of big plays, he's calling a reverse. Too predictable. I get it. I think we scored on that drive because of penalties or whatnot. We had 18 chances from the 1 yard line. But the predictability from this offense, like you said, Grant, the screen game. Hell, we ran more trick plays against Boston College in Game 3 of that game. Actually, technically, to that point, mattered more, okay, to that coaching staff that game did than this Michigan game. Changed the offense. Now, again, we probably only had 40, 45 plays on offense because we 3-and-out punt, 3-and-out punt, 3-and-out punt. It just stupid to me. It just stupid. So when Michigan State fans come out in the offseason and complain that Nick Marsh is transferring, I don't blame the kid because he's not getting the ball. Okay, the only way that for him to develop and get where he wants to go, which is the NFL, okay, he has to get the ball thrown to him. When you're getting 8 targets a game,
I said it in our group chat. I
feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
I hope for his sake that he does transfer to like Georgia or Alabama.
I really want him to go to a top end school because
and they're not
just like Keon Coleman. I wish Nick Marsh would go to Ohio State, the number one school that produces NFL wide receivers, the number one talent school.
Oof.
I would donate to Ohio State's
not in our
NIL fund
conference
if it's
because I don't want him to torch us, but we're going to get torched by anybody. So
the touches, like just watching, I guess, Lions or other competent teams, they don't manufacture anything easy for him. Like, you know that play that everybody does where you play action and you have a receiver, tight end, whatever, and they kind of start as like an H-back or the slot, and they actually run a little out route behind the offensive line. And you get everyone going this way, and he's coming this way, and it's a little dump-off pass, 2 yards, and they usually run for 10 because everyone's going this way. Never run that for Nick Marsh. I feel like he's never on a drag route that we do for Amon-Ra. Like, nothing. It's always like a slant. It's either a slant that like everyone's ready for, or like a go ball with like an inch from the sideline that he has to make a crazy play on. Like, it's just,
I'm just sick of it.
The route tree is like 2 routes. It's just like slant or go. And there's no like creativity just to like get him a touch in his hands stood out to me a lot. I was like, yeah. Because there was that one drive, like you said, Evan, it was like 3 straight passes to Nick Marsh. Like that was the drive. It was like this, and they were all like tough plays. It's not like easy completions.
I got pissed off, and then we get down, and then I get invested because we have a good drive. We score again. Michigan shits the bed and wants Michigan State to take the lead, but we refuse to be competent in a 2-score game to get within 1 score. Get within 1 score with 8 minutes left. We're just incapable of doing it. And then we think we're Alabama or Georgia, and we're able to run the same exact play that the entire NCAA has seen now, that Alabama ran against Georgia in the fake outside zone to the left, okay, and do a quick boot action to the right, like Georgia or Alabama beat Georgia on. Like, nobody will think of this play. The way that we couldn't run the ball, okay, at that time, nobody's expecting us to be like, yep, 4th down, here you go, you can run the ball. 4th and 3? Absolutely not. We're not running the ball. 4th and 1? Maybe. Okay? It just...
Evan.
Yeah, I agree, man.
I think the local recording will pick that up, but you were cutting in and out for us.
Good.
I'm probably already hot about, but you might have to leave quick and come back in because it was like going in and out. Damn it, I wish I heard that.
That was absurd.
I think it'll still pick it all up. I do think it'll pick it up because it'll record it all. But that was weird. It was cutting in and out.
I hope. He seemed animated. It seems like a good rant.
Yeah. It sounded like it was about the not kicking a field goal. I think.
Yeah, I think he was talking about that, not kicking the field goal, going for 2 at the end of the game.
The mix between the two. Well, yeah, I guess they always went for it. Well, yeah, going for 2 and then always went for it on 4th down, never kicked a field goal.
Yeah.
Which allegedly, I asked Alex, your guy's field goal kicker is not bad, so it wasn't like a can't kick with him situation.
Yeah, no. I think they just like thought they had to score touchdowns to win. I don't know.
You're back, Evan. Wait, we deciphered it. I think you were coming in and out. I think it'll still be recorded, but you were saying not kicking the field goal and then running like an outside zone.
Yeah, then running the fake outside zone delayed boot to the opposite direction the same play that Georgia ran, or not, I keep on messing it up. The same play that Alabama and Kalen DeBoer ran against Georgia to beat Georgia on that 3rd down or 4th down call. We try to do it with less superior athletes, and then we throw it to a tight end that's blanketed coverage on your linebacker who just got all Big Ten honors because of his play against Michigan State in a bad offense.
Yeah, not to insult. I do like Jimmy Rolder. He's solid, but he's like, well,
to me, he seems like a walk-on that was like, holy shit, get in there, buddy, and he has the game of his life. That's what it looked like to me watching the game.
I don't want to say Cal Halliday because he started to really make you guys mad at the end, but kind of like where he was probably 4th linebacker on our depth chart coming into the year, and he's like a coach's hero, and he did play nice. He fell on a fumble, good hands to stay in bounds, I guess, but yeah, like you said, it turned him into a superhero in that game. I was like, Jimmy Rolder?
So poorly coached, just beyond.
That was the main takeaway. That's the main takeaway from the game. Is coaching.
It seems like we still had the same coaching staff from 2 years ago. Like, nothing has changed. The special teams penalties, I just don't get. I don't get it.
2 false starts in a row, wasn't there, on one punt?
One of them was a delay game. I get it. We're arguing that the play. There was something happened. It was a catch or something. We were
Amari Kelly on the sideline.
We're arguing that, and then they don't bump it because we already set the ball. It doesn't matter. Okay, fine. And then after that, after you're already set, and then you get a full, and then we look like we were the undisciplined team because we had over double-digit penalties. Most of them were personal fouls after the play. Like, that is coachable stuff. That is selfish. And then I wanted to throw something, but I was at somebody's house at a TV. I just wanted to because Noah Eagle is out there like, these players are doing anything they can to win this rivalry game. And I was like, these players don't care about the rivalry game because they're all transfers in. Okay, they didn't grow up with this. Our roster isn't from Michigan and Ohio kids. Okay, we don't have the days where, he had to pick Michigan State because Michigan didn't recruit him. Okay, he had to pick Michigan State because Ohio State didn't recruit him. That stuff's out the window nowadays. Okay, so you go and tell me these kids, really hate each other. No, that is just selfish, uncoachable team that was on the field on Saturday for Michigan State.
Not even just that, like the transfers and stuff, not caring about the rivalry. I think that, like, at this point in the season, I wouldn't be surprised if the players, like, just don't want to play for this coaching staff anymore. Or just like, like, maybe I'm sure they don't want to lose, but it gets to a certain point where I'm sure they're like, man, these play calls suck, and I just don't really care anymore to be the best version of myself.
There's not one positive.
That's the thing with
Frazier looks great. I love
Frazier
that
had some
kid.
nice jump cuts.
He runs hard.
Yeah.
He makes guys miss. Other than that, I mean, I honestly, watching the game, I'd rather wish we played trestle ball. Early 2000s, or late 2000s, Ohio State, Michigan State football. Run on first down, run on second down. If it's 3rd and long, you have to pass. Everybody knows it's pass. Or if it's 3rd and short, you just try to run it again. Don't get a first down, you punt. I would just rather wish we did that.
Punt. Shrink the clock. Shrink the game.
Then eventually, after you keep on doing it about 4 or 5 times in a row, you'll finally get a short field to where you're at the 50-yard line, and maybe you could throw a play action pass on second down.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Michigan, Sharon Moore was handing you the game in the fourth quarter.
It was yeah. It was gross.
There was like 3 different times that I thought I was like, oh, we actually have a shot. We can do this.
Okay, so my rant that now I sidetracked. Now I'm back on my rant about how uncoachable we are. Okay, I remembered. Okay, your linebacker, Cal Halliday 2.0, having the game of his life.
Player of the week.
The 4th and 1. Okay. Where he jumps the pile.
That was actually a sick individual play. That was sick
when you
by
had
him.
Not enough guys on the field. You didn't even have a defensive lineman on that side, and he makes the tackle. No. How uncoachable we are, and you don't attention to detail for this coaching staff and these players out the window. Okay, guys, I get it. We're running quarterback sneak. Everybody in America runs it at a 95, 98% success rate. Okay, you see that there's no defense alignment. Zero. There's zero defense alignment. Should I stick to my same principles and just head down, go down to the right, and touch nobody? Should I do that? Should I do that? Or should I just have my head up and block the most dangerous guy because I know I have no immediate inside threat danger? The 4th and 1 sneak, I get it. Going down to your right, bury your head if there's like 4 defense alignment on the inside gaps, lined up over the center, over the guards in the 1-tech position. But there's not a single soul, and you see our entire left side of the offensive line just put their head down and dive at nobody, and the linebacker jumps over the pile. It just you can't, like, you're going to blame the players. Everyone's going to be like blaming Childs of like, oh, you didn't get the first down. Okay, but then you blame the players for not blocking correctly. Then who does the blame have to fall on the players? It's the coaching staff. It's like we call a play and we're robots. Like, you have to do exactly what happens. Like, there's no freelance.
We fumbled in the 4th quarter too. God, what a sloppy end to that game. Gross.
Also, I think
Grant, I'm sorry. You actually won the game, and it turned into more like bashing Michigan State. This is just
no. I think that's the bigger fault.
Your playoff hopes are still alive, and our program should be. But now we can't even fire a coach because it's too late in the season. Now every single better job is available.
No, you can still do it. I think. Kobe, what were you gonna say?
This actually helps me in my twisted mind in that if Michigan State fires Jonathan Smith, they won't. Okay, we're soft. That we'll have to go down to like our 3rd and 4th option, and maybe our 3rd and 4th option will actually be Brian Hartline and Evan's happy and get season tickets. I am front row for every Michigan State football game.
Someone who's shot on my list, and I've seen Michigan State people talk about him, but Max Bulla. I'm starting to really get into the idea of him being the head coach.
Okay, another small rant. Grant, can you, in any sport in your life, can you give me an example of when a university, high-profile university, professional sports team, hires a coach and then also hires another coach at the same exact time and says, this is the coach in waiting. Hey, you head coach that I just hired, you have to mentor him for a couple years and then get lost. Can you name a sport where that happens?
No, not typically.
No.
Colby, anything?
I mean, college basketball maybe, but I don't really know. I don't think that like happens.
I'm saying like there's a guy already on the staff and it's like, okay, this is just the coach in waiting. I'm not saying, I'm talking about hire these two coaches at the same exact time. Okay, well, your local 97.1 Detroit media was giving this an example today.
Hell yeah.
Was saying, this is what I suggest we should hire the greatest college football coach of all time.
Oh, that Saban rant. Yeah.
And
what host?
It was Gator.
Good afternoon, guys. Yes.
They floated out like hire Saban,
hire Nick Saban,
mentor,
and then he can mentor Max Bulla.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that's.
Bill Belichick will coach special teams exclusively as a favor as well. No, the bowl would be like, I thought you were going to say, like, ever given a guy with, like, zero full experience. I was like, yeah, the Colt with Jeff Saturday. Like, just do him a favor. Let him be head coach.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to the game, but on the bowl thing, I'm fine if you guys do that.
I would say, like,
fine
with it.
But you have to be ready to give him at least 4 years because he's going to be in over his head immediately. Like, I don't know if you guys have the patience for that. The fan base has, like, 4 more years to give of, like, middling but like playing harder. But maybe you do. You just want to see some fire. Maybe.
I think I just like the idea of.
Sorry.
I think. Well, yes, I think he's like that Dan Campbell-esque type coach, but I think more so I'm enamored with the idea of like hiring a guy and getting him and like him rising up the ranks with us and being. Maybe not even rising up the ranks because we'd hire him as head coach, but like we found a guy who's good rather than like Jonathan Smith. He had already, had some success at Oregon State. Then we got him. I want to be like, yeah, that's our guy. He started head coaching with us and he's going to be with us for a long time. That's what I want.
Marcus Freeman.
Yeah.
Now, my argument be like, I'm all for it because at this point there's no bad ideas basically for Michigan State coaching hire. Max Buller's argument like, well, he doesn't have any experience. However, he was a grad assistant and a lower profile assistant coach at Alabama, okay, under Nick Saban. Okay. After that job, he instantly goes to Notre Dame and becomes a linebackers coach. So two of the most top programs in playoffs experience, okay, credibility, okay, sustainability. He's coached at both of them and had some credit to their success.
Yeah, high profile for sure.
Yeah, still Urban's
quickly,
number one, but
quickly, just some, I guess, from the game, from a Michigan side. Obviously, I mentioned Justice Haynes, offensive line shout out. Jordan Marshall again. I mean, those two going over 100 yards.
Nate Berry,
you like him?
Stood out to me.
He's a player. Like he was
every single time or in coverage.
Now?
You guys now on whatever.
One was a pass interference.
Correct.
For sure.
He was there early on the slant. Okay, not called. What are you going to do? I was MFing everybody under the sun. They're saying, oh, they're just playing zone. Okay, if they're playing zone, then they are playing the strictest zone of like anybody comes in your area, it turns into man because he was all over our corners. The pass deflections, he's in phase all the time. I thought he just stood out to me. Like we throw a ball, he's the one like that's in coverage, breaking it up.
Yeah, he played well. Hill played well, number 20. He played pretty solid.
Barnum didn't stand out to me, Graham. Yeah, I didn't really hear his name too often.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't like his peak. I feel like was the Nebraska game. Derek Moore is still wrecking number 8. I mean, he's on the other side. He still plays really well. The guy that sucks that will matter going forward. We gotta get an update on Nicole Sullivan, 23. That kid. You guys didn't get to see the full game of him. He got hurt in the first quarter. That kid's a gamer. Like he's just kind of like a hybrid, put him anywhere type of guy. I would like him to be back. I think he broke something in his arm. That arm was limp when he left the field. But those were bright spots. Was Haynes Marshall offensive line? It was not. I mean, I understand like people want flash, people want passing touchdowns. I don't mind choosing to run 20 plus times in a half and passing twice. Like it's gross, but I just like winning. And if they thought that was the best way to do it, they were getting like the 4 and 5 yard pops with an occasional 20-yard burst. So like I'm fine with it.
Michigan won a national championship basically doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, they very rely a little bit like when you needed 3rd and 7 to make a play, but beat Ohio State last year with like 60 passing yards. Like if that's what it takes, I just want to keep winning games. But frustrations overall still with the coaching staff would be in that first quarter, the field goal drive. It's 4th and 1. You do the right thing, you go for it. You get a nice run down the 6-yard line. You run again, you get down to the 3. So now you're 2nd and goal, you're making your way halfway at a time, and then you pass, and then you pass. And it's like, if we're going to identity run the ball, why are we throttling off the run when we just ran for 6 yards a pop? Just smash. Just run it, be your identity, and then you settle for a field goal. And then the end of half was annoying. Obviously, the fumble snap was what it was. That was just awful. That's just a mistake. But then you get the ball back with a little bit of time. You get a nice run on first down, but not the first down. You're going slow. You don't know what you're doing. And then you do get to like, I don't know, just behind midfield. And you just played Nebraska, who completed a Hail Mary with 3 seconds left. Like there's nothing to lose, like unless he sacks and gets fumbled and they go the other way, but they don't have much of a pass rush. Like throw into the end zone. I'm watching Vanderbilt, Missouri. They caught one at the half-yard line, almost tied the game. Like, what do you have to lose? I don't understand the thought from Sharon. He's like very passive overall. It's like there's no killer instinct with this team to go take points from people. It's always like, we'll just hope that the other team doesn't find a lucky play. And like in this case, it did work where you're playing Michigan State and they just can't get out of their own way and they don't have what it takes to come back. But like, try a Hail Mary at the end of the half. Like, they like needed almost every single mess up by Michigan State to win this game comfortably. And that's not really what I wanted, especially if you had told me Michigan State's opening drive goes disastrously. You don't score like you guys have been, and like we give up, you fumble, gift us points. We can only get 3. And then all the mistakes you guys had throughout the game. And again, it was like 31-13 with like the backiest door cover there on the touchdown drive. Yeah. So I do get that. But like I mean, it was what, 10-7 with the controversial offsides call. Like it should have been 17-7 at that point if you're really going for throats there. So I don't know. Interesting game both ways, I would say, of frustration.
Do you think Sharon's like coaching scared at all because maybe he sees? I mean, I've seen some Michigan people online just being like, Sharon's not the guy. I'd rather get rid of him early than, wait until we have to. Do you think there's any part of him that's coaching a little scared because of that? Or maybe he fears that, if I don't, win these games or beat Ohio State, I'm going to be gone?
I don't know. I think he sees stuff online. Always he says he doesn't. I feel like he's young. He's 39. So he's not like 60 like Signetti, where he just really probably doesn't even know what Twitter is. Like, this guy has to see some stuff. But I don't know. When you go back to I just think he's still so stuck in the Harbaugh mentality, which is okay, I guess, if you have the personnel. Our offensive line is not as good as that 3-year run, so it's going to be tougher to do. You do have a better talent at quarterback. Yes, he does make some mistakes, but overall, like, he's just still sticking to his guns. He was the same guy that ran 25 times in a row at Penn State when he was interim coach with J.J. McCarthy under center. He was banged up, but still, like, that's just kind of who Sharon is, which can be okay. In terms of overall, like, I'm not in the camp of like calling for his head. I mean, he's basically he is coaching for his job down the stretch, because you have, starting from the Washington game, those were all games that you absolutely should win up into Ohio State. And like, if you tell me, obviously, if he keeps being Ohio State, he's good in my book. But like, even if he goes 9-3 this year, don't really care about the bowl game unless you're telling me it's like a fully competitive game. Like, if you go 9-3 year 2, you're 39 years old. The difference is you can kind of see between him and Smith. Like, yes, the coaching decisions in game are not great, but he is recruiting really hard. He has the juice to bring in a Bryce Underwood. They have one of the top running backs in the country coming in next year. Like, he has the juice, at least right now. And if you can't be like all three, you can be bad at coaching but good at recruiting, hire good coordinators. That works. You just can't be bad. Like, you can't be bad in game, lose your recruiting, make bad coaching decisions with coordinators. Like, then that's a dumpster fire. So the book is still out. I have my gripes with him, but I mean, he is 39. He had never been a head coach before. There is some sort of born on third base there, where he was gifted a program that did lose a lot of talent, but came off a title, went through sanctions. So it's a very interesting where he's at, but he's coaching for his job up until the Ohio State game. And then it's just kind of see what happens there.
Yeah.
Couple questions for you guys. I don't know if you'll appreciate this or not. Maybe it'll make you more sad. I still have the D'Antonio era PTSD. He still wears off on me, where I felt like, hey, we are messing up enough. 14-10 game in the rain. Don't have what it takes here. We're going to lose this football game. I'm still coming to grips with, not to, but to say it bluntly, the new level of low, the new level of like bottom that Michigan State football is, where like, even if my team continually messes up, they'll just mess up again, and it'll all work out in the end.
Because, agreed, we're incompetent.
Yeah. On the offsides call, I unbiasedly, when I saw it live, I was
offsides
like,
or no offsides?
As a fan, no offsides, I would say.
Okay,
if you had to do it. When I saw it live, I said offsides, because I was like, no way he got there that fast, and he was moving. I can see as a human how you throw the flag. The flag did come out a little late. Like, that line judge certainly thought about it. Sucks you can't review it, but I personally think, you never know if they go down and score. I still think Michigan wins the game. I don't know because I was thinking about Michigan State history and my history. Like, I still get bitter about Peyton Thorne's shin, in my mind, being not down in 2021. Obviously, JT was short. I don't know if this raises to the level of the Nebraska game call out of bounds for you guys, or Notre Dame pass interferences back in the day, because this team's not good, so it doesn't hurt as more because it's not taking away like real stakes. But
I can't speak as much because, go ahead, Evan.
I agree with you there. It doesn't hurt as much as those because our team stinks, and us getting the ball back, there's a 90% sure we don't score on that drive if we even did recover that fumble and they gave it to us. But the outcome of that game obviously would be different. It wouldn't be 17-7 early into the third quarter. That was the only complaint I would say. Do we get some momentum on our side after we recover a fumble? Okay, payback from the first drive. They got a fumble. We got to juggle a second fumble. Okay, little life into the atmosphere, little life into a sellout crowd. That would be the only thing I would say. I was more pissed off about the Nebraska fluke out of bounds play than that one, I should say.
Yeah, because I think they review the Nebraska one too. I forget if they reviewed that play.
It was a touchdown, so every play was reviewable. So they went and reviewed it, and they came back and said call stands.
Yeah, this one's tough because there's can't really review it. It just happens, and you're like, oh damn, I don't think he actually was offside. Anything from you, Colby, on that? I have another question for you if you don't really have any thoughts.
I mean, I can't speak as much because I didn't become a Michigan State fan until when I got to college there. But yeah, I don't know. It just, when that happened, I was upset, but it was like you said, I just can't get myself to be super, super upset when it's I know at the end of the day, this probably doesn't matter. So we were just messing up so much. And then, the fourth quarter hadn't even happened yet when there was more stuff that we screwed up. So I don't know. No, I was ticked off in the moment, but at the end of the day, I was like, this probably isn't going to matter.
Grant, in my opinion, that call didn't cost us the game, but it obviously didn't help us win the game.
Correct.
If that makes sense.
For sure.
That call not going our way basically just solidified all Michigan State fans in the start of the second half. There's just no shot. Because that's a call for how bad our team, any team, underdogs or whatever, needs that play to happen. Regardless if we go down and score, even if we just kick a field goal, okay, or flip the field position, stuff like that. That is something that an underdog needs to have.
I do respect the people that had that energy to do the screenshots and post online. That goes back to the JT with short days where I lived on that. I was taking my own screenshots as a young fan. When you are in that mode of Zapruder filming, you're in one. You're like, I need someone to validate what I've seen.
Also
I circulated a picture in the group chat doing that too. I had to.
It doesn't help.
It's good to know what happened. It's fair
nowadays also, NBC just butchered that play in general because we saw 95 different replays of the fumble and Michigan State recovering it. And then all of a sudden, like you said, Grant, it was so late that all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, yeah, there is a flag on this play. And it's not after the play. It's not a holding because it's a fumble. It's not a taunting after the play. When I saw the flag, I thought it was on our sideline for sideline warning or taunting. And then all of a sudden they're actually, he was offsides, and I was just in shock. I was like, "This bullshit."
That was crazy.
And then on top of that, and just having the rules expert chime in during broadcast,
Terry McCauley.
I don't think it's beneficial to anybody because regardless of anything, he's just going to add fuel to the fire, and he did that for social media.
Yeah.
He just poured gasoline on a dying grave and lit the match and said, "Watch it burn." He's like, "Oh yeah, I don't think that was offsides." And all Michigan State fans, that's all they needed to hear. Don't even have him chime in. I don't even care if it's Gene Sarator. Don't have him chime in.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I agree with you, Grant, when you said you understand the human element of it, why he threw that flag. But it sucks especially when someone from your own team, because I think that he just jumped it so perfectly that's why they threw the flag. I think it was just a perfect jump, and that's why he got called. But it sucks when it's one of your players makes a great play and jumps perfectly on time and then gets called for it. But I do understand the human element of throwing that flag in that situation. It sucks, but I get it.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that it came in late, too. Where it's they had to think about it. I don't like that.
Late.
Question. Somebody that's very neutral and has a pulse on college football as a whole. Do you think the Big Ten Conference has enough backbone to suspend, penalize that officiating crew, just like the SEC did to the Georgia-Auburn officiating crew?
No, probably not, because I'm not going to cop out that it means
bit
more.
Okay, the call's a little bit different.
I think they probably heard a lot more from the league office from Auburn than they will from MSU fans. So I think I don't know. I just think that was like fans down there are different, and theirs was a whole like fumble touchdown scandal, and like theirs was like the Kirby calling a timeout, but then saying clapping. Like, yeah, I don't think they would in that case. Maybe one day if the calls are egregious enough, but overall, I'd like to see refs held more accountable.
The pass interference on
they don't have to do any post game,
and then that does that have any backbone to it?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple. I was watching back because I was like trying to see people complain this way, that way. I was like, no, Michigan definitely got there earlier on that one. There was one where I think Ernest Hausman kind of hooked your receiver on like a little dig route too. I mean, it was definitely interesting in terms of calls. I can definitely see that. Cause like you said, as the worst team trying to stay in it, then you get beat down even more. You're like, oh my God.
Just tell us before the game that you need Michigan to win to help rankings throughout the rest of the year. And you need Michigan.
Big noon kickoff numbers are low. We need that 9-2.
Just tell us how it is. Okay, don't just add on to these theories of how games can be rigged from offices, NFL, NBA, and now college football. Okay. Do I think this game was rigged? No. Do I think the Notre Dame Michigan State football game back in 2013 was rigged? Absolutely.
We're so bad, though. It could have been rigged in Michigan State's favor, and we still would have lost.
Mess it up.
Oh, absolutely.
So if there's anyone out there like genuinely saying this game's, I think it was rigged, that's why Michigan won. Us as Michigan State fans don't deserve to claim that.
A guy that helps you guys try to rig it in your favor, weekly shout out, Samaj Morgan did cash his over prop of one drop. He dropped one right over the middle in his chest. And the latest thing in our fan base of complaining is his punt return ability. He has had sure hands, but this was going around. Samaj Morgan got 2 yards of return on this punt that he caught.
How good Michigan State's coverage is.
That is wild.
Okay, Grant, when he
I don't know if it's in his hands
shit.
yet. It's about to be in his hands.
He instantly runs a bubble route towards the middle of the field. He goes backwards 2 yards and tries to go forward.
Yeah. He's so bad at returning punts. I don't know what his freshman year against Iowa, he had that one in the Big Ten championship game. He got 2 yards off of that. He just went to the 49.
I was with a couple of Michigan fans at watching this game, and they were actually more negative about their own team than actually Michigan State. Where in the years past, when both teams are competitive and like ranked when it means something, and like Sean McDonough and Chris Spielman are calling the game, then it was always bashing the other team. But now it was just like, we suck. And
that's
then
the
other
vibe.
Fans were like, yes, we suck too. But then Michigan State fans were like, well, we suck more.
Way
so
more.
we'll lose this game.
Yeah. That's what it is. Like it was early in the game, that 4th and 1 drive that we settled for a field goal. I'm like, Marissa, don't worry about it. Like, we suck at 4th and short yardage. Like, we're not going to get this. You know, you're just saying that. And then we did get it. And I'm like, no, but like, believe me, like, we're bad. Like, we're not good at that play. Like, that means you guys are worse. It's like, yeah, we suck. Like, it's just a we suck off.
I know it's a minor thing.
The entire game.
But, okay, my work, I'm around a bunch of uneducated opinions on sports and over social media, like fanboys, basically. And when you're walking around school after the rivalry game, okay, usually when we were in high school, it was go find all your friends and instantly bash them about how bad their team is, basically. I walked around school today and I had one person talk about the Michigan State game. One person came up to me.
Wow.
And I'm around
the juice is gone.
400 boys, and probably 100 to 150 of them I've coached, and not one word was talking about the Michigan State game, because that's how bad Michigan State is.
Sad.
That was my response.
Yeah, well, if there's a year to not talk about it, this is the year.
They said, "Oh, how was that game on Saturday?" And I was like, "We suck, dude. I know we suck."
Let me stop you right there. Yeah,
God,
you do the Eminem before the game.
Like,
yeah, I know we suck.
Colby.
Question for you, Colby. Came up
Tucker
actually in one of our text chats, but my dad even made a comment about the Paul Bunyan pose. Has the Paul Bunyan pose peaked? Have we hit the peak of that? Are we gonna? Does that start to decline? Is it oversaturated the market?
The thing is, only Michigan players.
I like it, to be honest.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
Even as a Michigan State fan, I like
when
Michigan
State players
do it.
I don't think K9 ever did it because he fumbled one of the touchdowns.
He did the high. Yeah, he did.
He just
did he do the Heisman against Michigan, or no?
He didn't do
You
that.
know who did hit it? You know who did hit
Probably
it?
Jaden Reed.
Was no, a guy that transferred out of your program, went to Western, running back Henderson Jefferson, LJ Ladarius.
Oh, Ladarius Jefferson.
He hit it on Michigan in the Big House when he scored for Western. That was wild.
That's wild.
Hey, Spartan Dogs
He
for life.
scored.
Never forget.
Yeah. No, I guess you're right. It's not a two-way street. I don't mind it because it's. I mean, if you're ever going to do it, I guess do it.
It's only Michigan players doing it. Now, in fairness, okay, Michigan's won the last 4 in a row. Okay, so has there ever been a time for Michigan State players to do it? No, we lost 29-7, 49-0, 24-17, and now whatever the final score was, 31-20, whatever it was.
20.
So Michigan State hasn't had a chance to do it. So
Yeah.
This picture's so outrageous. I gotta show this. This is week 1. I think it was Cade McNamara, like in 2021, and he hit first quarter tutty.
Yeah, that was 2021. That is wild.
Dan Orlowski on that
so
call.
good. So good.
Yeah, I actually remember watching that game in my dorm room. Wow.
Oh,
So
Bob
good.
Shoes and Dan Orlowski called that game. It was on noon on ABC because I was at Happy Camper in Chicago waiting for the Northwestern Michigan State night game.
That was K9's debut then. That weekend.
K9's
Yeah.
debut that game. Take me back to better times. 2021, never forget.
That's what I
Antonio
like.
era,
My
2007,
first.
2019.
It's just so wild for me become. I mean, I obviously watched Michigan State football during the D'Antonio era,
How
But-
good it was.
I wasn't. I mean, I was still pretty young then, even in like the early 2010s. So I wasn't like as bought into football as I am now. But that first year of watching Michigan State football, being a student on campus for the first time, and having that first season of Kenneth Walker and everything, just thinking that this is what I'm going to get every year. We're a good football team, and we're going to keep getting this. And it's just
Wrong.
downhill, all from there.
It was a good sound effect. I didn't upset, but I think I got listener Brad on edge in the Michigan chat because I had a dark thought at halftime after we just had that horrible snap and then we don't try a Hail Mary. I said, it's going to be so sick when we lose this game and then Bryce hit the Paul Bunyan pose on the first touchdown of the game and we don't score again and lose. And I was
That
like,
would
no,
have been a bad scenario.
That's puddle thinking. We need to get out of that. We're going to score again. But I don't like hitting it. I mean, even when I know this, Mike Sanderstill, my favorite player, he hit it in the K9 year when we went up. What did we go up? Like 31-14 or something?
Yeah, 31. Yeah,
30
16.
to whatever that was.
No, it's
He hit
30
it
to
then.
14. It was 30 to 14.
And then I was like, oh, that's appropriate. This game does feel like it's pretty much dead. And I was like, nope, not dead. So I guess if you're going to hit it, do it. But even my dad was like, that's a lot of Paul Bunyan posing that we're doing.
Any
in this
Michigan
game.
players get interviewed by NBC afterwards and call us little brothers? Did that happen?
No, they talked. I have to rewatch though. I thought they talked to Sharon and then maybe Jordan Marshall or Justice Haynes. It was those kids.
Well, Justin
wouldn't.
Haynes doesn't care because he's a transfer from Alabama. He said, I played in a bigger rivalry, Alabama-Auburn, so this is...
If they talked to Samaj, he probably would have said 15 ignorant things in like a minute. But
I know I saw.
I have to watch back. I don't think so.
I saw.
It was pretty dull overall too.
I saw
There wasn't
some
as
NFL
much.
player getting. Yeah, I don't know. I saw some NFL player getting like asked about the rivalry game in their locker room. I can't remember who. It was a Michigan player though, and he's mentioned little brother said something of the sorts.
Probably
It was definitely more tame.
Which right now we are. Right now in football, we are the
Stop.
littlest of brothers.
Stop.
We are right now. Sorry.
Better days have to be ahead.
You know what they say about the
What do
little
you
brothers?
think?
The most athletic of the family.
Yeah.
But we're not.
Yeah, sure.
I
I'll
think of
take
where
that.
bears true at though.
We're
I'm trying to
confident.
think of someone.
Fletcher Lawyer.
That was
I don't think it can get worse
LaMelo?
though. So
LaMelo was the youngest.
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
All right, very fast. Evan, any positive thoughts on the Red Wings?
If you want to buy a
6-4
jersey,
or come back down 4-0.
if you want to buy a
Okay,
jersey
talk.
that you want for the next 10 to 12 years, okay, somebody that's going to have a
Mhm.
bunch of medals or accolades, I should say, you better get on I always butcher names.
Spell
It's
it
all
out.
right. I'll give you
I
the
gotta
Track
time.
keep
your
saying
boy's
it.
Axel. He scored his first career NHL goal. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Rematch with the Blues.
I need myself a hockey jersey, Evan, so I'm liking
I'm a
this
Trey
talk.
Augustine guy. I'm still waiting for my guy to get here.
Oh, Finney. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Larkin's leading all us.
He looks
in
12.
points, goals, and assists. Okay.
Captain is balling out to
Emmett
start the year.
Finney,
That should be mentioned.
He is on verge of going to win Rookie of the Year. He's actually getting. If you're in on like NHL and follow the NHL and some people that talk the NHL, okay, they're talking about how good he is making the rest of the Red Wings and his development. He's 20 years old. Like, what were you doing with yourself at 20 years old? So, Red Wings.
From
the only
Alberta,
downside
Lethbridge,
is, I would
Alberta.
say, we started at home stretch, and now we're going out west for our first big, true road test. I think we're out west for 10 games, or 10 days at least, coming up
I think it's
here
10
quickly.
days.
So it would be a big test to a young, very young team. So,
Okay.
but our new head coach, who started last year interim, okay, he doesn't mess around at practice. There's clips everywhere you can find of him swearing and cussing people out.
Todd McClellan's the coach, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Point me.
In the years past, the Red Wings start off terrible, and then we try to play catch up. So it's good to see that we're on the other side of, hey, let's start fast, get a good sizable lead. That way, when you have your ups and downs as the midseason, long 82-game season happens, okay, you have wiggle room. You don't have to play catch up the entire time.
That way you can pull a Tigers and almost blow it and still make the playoffs.
So we play tomorrow,
Smart.
okay, against the Blues, a rematch against the Blues. Luckily for us, Blues are playing them back-to-back. So I like our chances there.
Money
We're at 12
line.
points. 12 points, Grant. We got to get back up to 98, so we need 86 more points throughout the rest of the year, just FYI.
Lofty challenge, but I like it.
Playoffs.
Making the playoffs with the youngest core that we pulled up, that would be nice. That would be a win. Get them experience. Figure out what it's like to play in the playoffs. Cool. The Pistons, I mean, they played. I was worried about them a little bit after night one. They look fine. They're losing by a lot to the Cavs. They'll be 2-2. Fine. Let's get Jay and Ivy back and let's roll, I guess. But I guess Ron Howland's been cool. Sar Thompson, the young guys could be exciting.
Oh my
to Evan's
God.
point, wake me up after December, 15th. I mean, honestly, Christmas Day.
Christmas
But now
Day.
with the college football playoff, it even
start
goes
till
longer,
Christmas
so
Day.
I don't know.
But now NFL's on Christmas, so do I
as
even
long as we're
watch?
around 500, if we're around
Pistons are getting
500,
waxed right now,
I'll be fine. Yeah, and it was on Peacock. That threw me off. I was looking for this game on FSD. Was like, oh, I gotta go to Peacock now. And then Lions are favored by 8.5 versus the Vikings. Return of JJ McCarthy. We should win by 10. I don't know if that's cocky.
Definitely.
That's the NFL. I understand. Connor was on me bad last week. I was like, yeah, we should beat this team by this. He's like, it's the NFL. It's always tight. I was like, I don't know. I just think our team's really good.
I agree.
He's going to throw a couple picks.
I mean, that game could even be close, but the Lions should beat them by double digits.
That's what my fellow
Games
Michigan
are
State
close
friends need.
when
They just need.
people think good teams are not actually good. Like, when Carolina beat the Cowboys, and everybody was like, oh, see what happens, upset. But realistically, the Cowboys are not good.
So bad.
So, like, stuff like that.
Defensively.
Okay, Falcons beating the Bills, okay? Mistake. Letdown. Are the Bills bad? No. Okay?
Maybe.
Bad day.
No,
Falcons still stink. Sorry, Kirko. Poopy Dookie of the week. Forgot to say that.
I mean, I hate to say it, and there's a certain friend that I know is going to give me crap for being like a Packers glazer, but I mean, same thing with the Packers. I think like they're a really good team, but lose to the Browns. I mean, tie the Cowboys when they're hitting on all cylinders offensively.
Yeah, that Packers win was huge because I was ready to like really raise some eyebrows about them if they lost to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
The Jets beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
But no, the Bengals actually do suck. So it's really not that
I want
surprising.
all my Michigan State friends to turn off their college brain and just enjoy Jahmyr Gibbs running the football. I think that's the best medicine that you can have this weekend. Just
I was happy to
enjoy
see
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Grant, my best medicine is wasting $50
Big
on
Cat.
UConn Plus to watch an expedition game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Smart. That too.
I'm going to be doing it with you.
Carr, let him wash over the soul and enjoy him playing basketball. I don't know. You're rooting for Minnesota this weekend, yeah? That's a win-win.
Yeah, it is.
Accelerate the firing process.
Good news is I'll be in the Central.
I won't be
Indiana,
watching another game this year.
and I will have zero service. Zero service. I'll be dead for 4 days. So don't even
make
have
sure
to.
you get your CBS picks in before you leave.
Oh, smart.
Good call, Grant.
I'll probably be doing that while I'm stuffing my face for Culver's on the drive down.
Oh,
so
that is good stuff.
Evan, question for you.
Answer, daily double.
Hypothetical. You're in the woods, you have no service, you can't see any scores. You emerge from the woods after a long day of hunting, hopefully with a deer. And you need to check the score of the Michigan State game. Are you happier if they come out and just beat the brakes off Minnesota and we win like 30-7, something like that? 30-7, 24-7.
We score 30 points.
Or would you rather that happen or we lose in the same fashion? Where it just gets worse for us and PJ Fleck bounces back and hangs 30 on us.
30-7. I'd rather lose. Because it just means we're closer to Jonathan Smith leaving. Because if we win, we dominate, or somehow we win, my twisted brain won't go to the positive. It'll go to the negative. It'll go to the negative of, well, where's this shit been all year? Why can't we do this against other teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Because, like, you, as a fan, good fandom, like, this past week was an outlier. Like, right, you may want Jonathan Smith gone, but you can never root for your team to lose to Michigan. Now that you've cleared that hurdle, they looked bad again. Now it's like, all right, let's just get blown out going in the bye week if we want the Band-Aid ripped off. Totally fine. That's kind of where I would think you're at. And also, for people to context too, if he does get fired before our next show, like, the Michigan game is not really what did it in. The Nebraska and UCLA games of this year will be what you look back on of, like, why. Because if you guys were 5-3 right now, different conversation.
Overall. Even though,
on
like,
top, look at his track record in the Big Ten. That is what's adding up.
Yeah, just not having, and I know it. I also hate doing this, and he's only been here a year and a half, right? Like, I'm all for giving coaches time, but when the product just every week just gets worse and worse, it's like, I don't.
There's no improvement.
Want to give him time, and he has no like win that we can look back on to say, hey, he won us that game. I think he can do that again in the future.
Best win of his era, assuming it ends soon. Iowa last year?
I would say
Iowa game.
Bad call.
Evan called that, though. He said there's no way we lose to Iowa. He was right.
Yeah. It's like the Lions versus the Cowboys. There's just no way the Lions lose to the Cowboys. But Michigan State gets to go to Iowa.
I know people are beating the lack of emotions drum to death, but, like, it's not just that. It's more that the discipline and the coaching doesn't match. Like, because I think about Brad Stevens for Butler and the Celtics. He never reacts on the sideline. He would just stand there with his arms crossed. But his team was so disciplined, he didn't really have to yell. If that was Jonathan Smith, that's fine. You don't have to scream out of your mind. Honestly, that kind of hurt Mel Tucker because he was yelling all the time because he had no control over what was going on. Like, but Jonathan Smith doesn't have the team discipline, so it's a double whammy where it's like he looks lost like Jim Caldwell, and there's no control over the team.
Joe Rossi deserves a little shout out too. We didn't talk about him. Just for his emotion on the sideline.
I thought he was the head coach based on how the broadcast was.
Yeah. That's what we were saying. The other assistant coaches didn't even show any emotion. Like, there was multiple times that a person got a personal foul, unnecessary roughness, whatever, late, whatever, costing Michigan getting an automatic first down on either third down or whatever it was. I verbatim remember, and that position coach doesn't even say a word to that player. All he does is tap him on the helmet. But it is football, and
it's absurd.
We grew up on discipline and accountability. Light somebody up on the sideline once in a while. Make an example out of people. Clearly, you're not making an example of other people, so the same action gets repeated throughout the entire program.
Just once.
Bro. Just once, Jonathan. Your last
He's
stand.
not going to.
All right.
He's marked
That's our
out for
show.
2.0.
Oh. We'll see where the twists and turns take us heading into next week. But that was 2:30. Cheers.
Cheers.
To Paul Bunyan week.
Happy
The equinox
Halloween.
of sports is today, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
sports equinox today.
Happy Halloween. Happy November. Michigan State hockey. Michigan State basketball. Cheers to college basketball season.
Yes.
Cheers to
to college basketball. Super pumped.